Ohai. Glyfada, the city in Greece, the southern suburb of Athens. It is located on the Athenian plain on the bank of the Gulf Saronicosa at the height of 5 meters above sea level in 12 kilometers to the southeast from Athena's center, Omonia Square, and in 17 kilometers to the southwest from the international airport, Eleftherios Venizelos, at Amytus's bottom. The administrative center of the community of the same name. In peripheral unit of Euxine Athena in the periphery Attica. The population -87305 inhabitants on a census of 2011. The area -25.366 square kilometers. Density -3441.81 people per square kilometer. To mark on local elections of 2014 elected Georgos Papanikolaou. In Glyfada there is a department of the Glyfadsky Metropolitanate. Hellas Orthodox Church. The cathedral, the temple of Saint Tsars equal to the apostles Constantine and Elena. The city of Glyfada is included into Big Athens and is one of the most elegant and refined suburbs of the Greek capital. It is disposed to the south of Athens, to the east of Ellinikon, in close proximity to the old, nowadays closed Athenian airport, Ellinikonu. The western part of the city leads to the Gulf Saronicosa. In the east he reaches the southern slopes of ridge Imatosa, in the south from him are the city of Vari and Vol, in the north, Eripolis. The city is divided into two areas. Anioglyfado and Katoglyfado. Enter into Anioglyfado de Gorica. Pernari. Terxifi. Evriali. Agla. And Exona. Katoglyfada includes Glyfada's center and Ios Nikolous. In ancient Athens I was in this place the subject's Exona. Exona it was known for Exonsky Sultanki. Votefish. Also here agriculture was strongly developed, it was one of economically developed them. On administrative reform of Clisson of the subject's Exona I treated Kikropova of Fillet. According to Strabo of the subject's Exona there was between the subjects Galamuntum. Nowadays Alamos. Also Galami Exonitskimi. Nowadays Vula. I bordered by that on Amytos and Saronikos, respectively in the east and in the west. The northern border began in the place of Gerismos. Pernari. At Amytos' spur and came to an end in Ellinikona at the Gulf. According to Strabo opposite Dioma of Exon was Chidrusa. The southern border from Galomi Exonidskimi passed on one of Amytos' spurs. Exona was occupied in the period of the Neolithic. 1600–2800 BB. During the early Hellas period. 2800–2000 BB. To the south from the Cape Punter. There was a necropolis. It is supposed that there was a settlement and a necropolis of the Dolatsky period. There was the Mycenaean settlement which necropolis relating to the late Hellas period of 2 and 3 is found in Aliki. To the east from the Cape Punter. Exona is considered the 12th city from United Bythus whom Strabo doesn't name by transfer of the Philocora list. The vases of geometrical style. The 9th-8th century BB. Found in a leaky proof that Exona was continuously lived after the termination of a Bronze Age. During the Archaic period. The 7th-6th century BB. Of Exon was rural community. At the end of the 6th century BB, because of agrarian policy of Pisistrat in Exon, agriculture develops. The Pranari area where ruins of structures of this period are found becomes Exona's center during the classical period. Through Exona's center the ancient road to Sunyan ran. Along the road there was a remarkable necropolis of the classical period with impressive monuments. Exona was during this period in the internal area Dioma, and in the Bay Punta there was Exona's harbor. During the Roman and Byzantine periods of Exon moved to Punta, what ruins of structures of the period of origin of Christianity testify to. Exona remained the agricultural area until the end of the 20th century. During Ottoman dominion, present Glyfada's territory was divided into two areas, from Hassani, nowadays Ilinikan, to Vula, and from Athena Road Cook to the sea. Exona was renamed into Glyfada at the beginning of the 20th century. A name I received from Greek, a salty source, because of several existing wells with fresh water. In 1929 the area belonging before to community Bracami, nowadays Ios Demetrios, was allocated an independent community. In 1943 at administrative reform Glyfada and Ilinikan were abolished, and at their merge the community of Evrial is created. 2 years later Evriala was renamed into Glyfada. The first houses were built in 1920 and the city is officially created. The beach attracts tourists. The modern resort town develops. In 1926, 424. The community Glyfada in 1943, 174. Evriali's community is created in 1945, 180. Community are renamed into Glyfada. During World War II the resort falls into decay. The livestock production develops, Glyfada's gardens become pastures. Glyfada suffered from bombing. The region of Vusporu was destroyed because was near small airfield which worked later as the military. In the region of Vusporu there lived about 100 families of refugees which worked as handicraftsmen, dealers, workers at the Ilinikon airport which extended, and were moved in 1967 at expansion of the airport. The area of Glyfada, the territory to Psifi, began to grow after the 1968 years. There were sheepfolds and pastures for sheep. Glyfada is not only the largest of suburbs to the south from Athens, but also the area of residence of the richest and known part of Athenians, stars of a local platform, literature and sport. This city a long time was residence of the billionaire Aristotle Onassis and Dix of his family. In the city there is a significant amount of refined clubs, restaurants. It is built up with expensive country houses and is well known for the beaches. The yacht port which is here has 4 moorings from 130 to 300 meters long every one. The most elegant and boutiques are located in Glyfada on Posidonos Avenue and Pandora Street. and also on Street Cyprus, Grigori Lembraki, and Demarchio in Galimataxa. As the airport, which was earlier near Glyfada, actively was used by the American Air Force, in the city there was a certain American Greek climate that is felt both in public life of Glyfada, and in the menu of cafe and restaurants, traditions of local clubs and other country houses and luxurious residences in Glyfada are among the most expensive in Europe. All this local seaside infrastructure with magnificent and expensive shops and boutiques, country houses and refined restaurants, yacht clubs, golf clubs and night clubs received the name of the Athenian Riviera. On the sea coast in Glyfada also the station on rescue and treatment of sea turtles is located. Vouliagmenis Avenue divides Glyfada into Ania Glyfada and Kato Glyfada. Population 1991 63733, 2001 83665, 2011 87305. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.